The San Francisco 49ers just took a massive hit, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. Star linebacker Fred Warner, the heart and soul of the 49ers defense, has gone down with an injury that could change everything. The team's loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers already stung, but this new development has fans and analysts across the NFL wondering, is the 49ers season now in serious trouble? This is more than just another injury headline. Fred Warner isn't just a player. He's the captain, communicator, and emotional core of the San Francisco defense. When he's on the field, the entire unit plays faster, smarter, and tougher. Without him, the structure that makes the 49ers defense elite suddenly looks fragile. And now, with injuries stacking up across the roster and questions swirling about the offensive line and quarterback play, the Niners face their biggest challenge of the season. Fred Warner, the defensive engine. Fred Warner has been the anchor of San Francisco's defense for years. He's not just a great tackler, he's the brain of the defense. Every week, Warner is responsible for diagnosing plays, adjusting formations, and ensuring every player is in position before the snap. His ability to read offenses and anticipate plays is second to none in the NFL. When news broke that Warner was injured, the 49ers fan base collectively held its breath. Reports say he left the game in visible pain, grabbing at his hamstring after making a tackle late in the third quarter. The medical staff immediately took him to the locker room, and he didn't return. After the game, head coach Kyle Shanahan gave a brief but concerning update. They'll know more after the MRI, but early signs don't look great. If Warner's injury turns out to be serious, a multi-week or season-ending one, the impact could be devastating. He's the one player the defense can't afford to lose. While Dre Greenlaw is a strong presence beside him, Warner's leadership and instincts are irreplaceable. What his absence means for the 49ers defense. Without Fred Warner, the entire defensive identity of the 49ers could change. San Francisco's defense thrives on discipline, communication, and coordination, all traits that start with Warner. He's the guy who calls out offensive shifts, changes coverage schemes on the fly, and keeps the secondary aligned. Losing him doesn't just mean losing a linebacker, it means losing the defensive coordinator on the field. His absence could lead to confusion, missed assignments, and slower reactions to motion-heavy offenses like those run by Tampa Bay and upcoming opponents. The 49ers rely heavily on Warner in coverage, especially against tight ends and slot receivers. He's one of the few linebackers in the league who can drop back and cover elite pass catchers one-on-one. That flexibility allows defensive coordinator Steve Wilks to be aggressive with blitzes and stunts up front. Without Warner, the Niners may have to simplify their schemes, and that could make them predictable. Expect Oren Burks or D. Winters to step into Warner's role temporarily, but it won't be the same. Neither has his football IQ, and that could be the difference in close games. The bigger problem: injuries everywhere. The 49ers' injury list keeps growing, and that's becoming a serious concern. Fred Warner joins a list that already includes Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, and Dre Greenlaw, all of whom have dealt with various ailments over the past few weeks. It's starting to feel like déjà vu for 49ers fans. Every time the team builds momentum, injuries strike at the worst possible moment. San Francisco entered this season as one of the most complete rosters in football, but now the depth is being tested. Kyle Shanahan's offense relies on rhythm and timing, but injuries disrupt that balance. On defense, the team's strength has always been unity, the all-11 mentality, where everyone plays as one. Losing key leaders like Warner throws off that chemistry. If Warner misses extended time, the defense may struggle to stop elite offenses like Kansas City, Philadelphia, or Dallas later in the season. And in a tight NFC playoff race, even 1 or 2 losses could be the difference between home field advantage and a wild card fight. The offensive struggles add more pressure. The 49ers defense has often been the reason they've stayed in games. Even when the offense sputters, the defense bails them out. But now, with Warner possibly sidelined, the offense will need to carry more of the load, and that's where the problems begin. Brock Purdy has faced increased criticism in recent weeks. While he's shown flashes of brilliance, his decision-making under pressure has been inconsistent. The Buccaneers' defense exposed that, constantly forcing him off rhythm with heavy blitzes and disguised coverages. Another growing concern is the offensive line. Purdy has been sacked too often in recent games, and the running game, the bread and butter of Shanahan's system, hasn't looked as dominant. With Trent Williams still battling injuries, the left side of the line has become vulnerable. There's even speculation that the 49ers might consider Mac Jones, who's been linked to San Francisco multiple times, as a backup or trade option if the offense continues to struggle. While nothing official has surfaced, John Lynch and Shanahan have always been aggressive when it comes to keeping the team competitive. If the defense weakens due to Warner's absence, the offense will need to produce more, and right now, that doesn't look like a guarantee. Kyle Shanahan's challenge ahead. For head coach Kyle Shanahan, this may be his toughest test of the season. Managing injuries is nothing new for him, but losing Fred Warner is different. Shanahan has always built his team around toughness and resilience, and now he'll need to find new ways to motivate his roster. Expect Shanahan to emphasize fundamentals this week: tackling, discipline, and mental focus. The 49ers have the talent to survive, but they'll need to play smarter football. That means fewer penalties, better time management, and taking care of the ball on offense. Shanahan has also been known to get creative in tough times. Don't be surprised if the 49ers shift some defensive responsibilities, using Talanoa Hufanga more aggressively in the box, or rotating linebackers based on matchups. Adaptability will be key. Leadership will be crucial. In moments like these, great teams rely on leadership, and San Francisco still has plenty of that. Nick Bosa, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, will need to step up both on and off the field. His performance against Tampa Bay wasn't his best, but his ability to rally the defensive line and set the tone will be essential moving forward. George Kittle on the offensive side will also play a huge role. He's one of the emotional leaders of this team, and his energy often sparks momentum when the team is flat. Expect him to take on a bigger role in both the locker room and the huddle this week. The same goes for Brock Purdy. This is his moment to prove that he's not just a system quarterback. He'll have to play with poise, make smart reads, and protect the football. The defense can't always bail him out anymore. The road ahead. Looking at the upcoming schedule, things won't get any easier for San Francisco. They're entering a stretch that includes tough matchups against Seattle, Dallas, and Baltimore, all playoff-caliber teams. Every one of those games will test the 49ers' depth, coaching, and character. If Fred Warner's injury turns out to be short-term, the 49ers can survive this storm. But if it's serious, if he's forced to miss multiple weeks or the rest of the season, San Francisco's Super Bowl hopes could take a massive hit. The team may need to explore free agent options or even a mid-season trade for a veteran linebacker. John Lynch has never been afraid to make bold moves, and with the trade deadline approaching, all eyes will be on how the front office reacts. Final thoughts. The injury to Fred Warner feels like a gut punch, not just for the 49ers, but for the entire fan base. He represents everything this team stands for: toughness, intelligence, and heart. Losing him is more than losing a player. It's losing the voice that holds the defense together. Still, this is a defining moment for the San Francisco 49ers. Championship teams are built on resilience, and this is where the 49ers will show who they really are. Whether it's Nick Bosa stepping up, Brock Purdy silencing doubters, or Kyle Shanahan finding new ways to win, the road forward starts now. If Fred Warner's injury turns out to be minor, the 49ers can breathe a sigh of relief and rally around him when he returns. But if it's worse, if this is truly a long-term absence, San Francisco's season could take a dramatic turn. One thing's for sure, the next few weeks will define whether the 49ers remain Super Bowl contenders or slip into survival mode. The heart of their defense may be wounded, but their fight isn't over yet. This team has battled adversity before, and they'll have to do it again. For now, all eyes are on Fred Warner, and the fate of the 49ers' 2025 season might rest on the results of that MRI.